player being 24 of the 26 kills of the game. Everyone was doing whatever they wanted. If they win one lane, maybe DK has a chance. If they lose all three, there's no way they can win.
Yeah, that certainly was the story, and I agree with shutting down the Mushi part, because his pick, Shadow Fiend, was so well protected by every member of the team. So let's see what DK can do, and it looks like both the teams are going to be joining Game 3 now, so we're going to go back to the match to kick off Game 3. Best of luck to both teams.
Orange versus DK.
Welcome back, everybody, into the hall of the Benaroya. We are here for game number 3. DK going up against Orange. I'm Toby1.
And I'm Wagamama.
And we are here, man. Like this, what a game number 2. Last night you'd be thinking, hey, 60-minute game coming our way. Were you expecting like slider, crushes, combos, SFs? It's beautiful.
Not expecting it, but I'm really loving it. And I love the fact that Orange come back and just put on this show of heroes, minus armor and beautiful combinations, and they just catch DK completely off guard with this.
Yeah, that they did, and like they said in the interview, like we got nothing up our sleeves, nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing special.
All of a sudden, like Solana combo, we have been seeing the combination with heroes like what's just been picked up. The Alchemist here from DK with the Darkseer, but you know it's burning in the first 2 bands, OD taken out, and that Darkseer along with him.
Yeah. So heading into a draft, we see that Alchemist for DK now being picked up. And one thing that I really love about the later stage of this TI3 is the fact that in the group stage, you and me, we saw Shadow Fiend being played by Na'Vi once. We saw a little bit of Shadow Fiend by Orange. But now, as we head later into the game, or later into the tournament, we actually see it more and more. And I love seeing Shadow Fiend. It's a good and fun hero.
Yeah, he's an amazing hero. He brings back the skill shot days. When you can really accentuate the skill of a player as opposed to like the spend one hit wins all kind of like style. It really shows who is the best even more than normal.
It's a hero that requires really impeccable timing, whether it be races or your timing on Blink Daggers or BKBs, or in Mushi's case, those amazing ultis.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I have not seen an SF being played to this point in the tournament with such good ultis. It's just completely insane.
He didn't even need to set up every single time. It was just good positioning during the team fight. Like I think we all remember, yeah, the Weaver kill was amazing. That was just like I know Burning. I know what he's going to do. I just wait for him and then just take him out the second he comes up. And it was the same kind of like we've been seeing combinations where you use other people to get the SF ulti. But Mushi was saying I could do it by myself, but when I do have help, then it's a full team wipe. Like we saw in that bottom lane with the surprise Blink Dagger on the Darkseer, everything just went to crap for DK. And DK right now, like they're going up against Bane, they're going up against Aegis Prophet. So we get Ohio split, we get the Bane for the control, and I'm wondering if DK just try and do what they've done before. We see these strength heroes, we see this tank ability, and we just see this level of farm saying you can't stop us when we get to a certain point. If that's the way they want to go down this, then Orange with the Bane, with the Prophet, we've got to look to see him be very, very aggressive. They've got to get out there and they've got to shut down DK on all lanes.
Yeah, that's definitely something they want to do, but Orange, having Nature's Prophet and having Bane, they can really go and just keep these gangs going. They can find out DK a lot if this goes towards the mid game and Bane has a decent chance to gang along with someone.
Yep.
So Orange, they have their options open. They can also bring it to a later game. They can play something like a Anti-Mage themselves if they want to.
Yep.
Having Fury, you can definitely stall the game, but Alchemist, he's a scary hero if the enemy gets a Magnus along with it. I almost want to overemphasize this, that Alchemist as a carry towards the later stage of the game is not that strong, but with Empower, he is really looking scary.
Oh yeah.
So I feel that should be a ban in the second phase here for Orange.
DK's
Gonna get the Nyx Assassin as the second pickup now.
Yeah, Nyx just adding up a little bit more stun, nice ganks. We saw Nyx being played really well in last game, of course, by Orange.
They just don't have that lockdown kind of control. I'm surprised they actually want to go for the Nyx Assassin when there's still a hero like you might be thinking about the Rubik is still on the field as well. When you get a hero like a Bane with his channeling ability, you still got your stun, you still got your burst damage to come out from him. But it kind of looks like they look for the Nyx Assassin initiation, but then they ban the Lifestealer as well. A nice hero which could have combined with the Nyx Assassin, and Mushi is trying to read DK's mind. Takes out the Beastmaster here in the third ban.
Yeah, a little bit scared of that gank coming out from DK as well. I said earlier that Nature's Prophet and Bane, they can easily find pickoffs, but when you have a Nyx Assassin in the enemy team, you don't want to give them more easy ganks, and Beastmaster giving both Vision and a great ulti would be really dangerous to go up against.
Well, what else is burning? Raid highly up against Orange. It's kind of hard to ban out against this kind of stuff. Like, what do you want to do? You want to ban out a Slider? You ban out the Anti-Mage instead.
Oranges.
So no late game kind of farming contester up against the Alchemist. Or at least not an easy one. At least you can run the Doombringer on the safe lane and then use your Devour for that. But it's like as we saw, he's very, very effective in the jungle. You don't always need to do that kind of stuff. But you can grab another jungle hero like Enigma. He's been banned out in a lot of the games last night as well as today. Maybe that's another option to go. Let's look in towards a harder jungle and let Ohio take that long lane for Orange, or the other way around. It can go the way of DK as well.
Yeah, there's an option. They can always go for something else if they want to, but Anti-Mage has been trending a whole lot here at TI3. Just being played so much by Burning and other carries as well. Of course, Alliance did run it, and we're gonna see whatever Mushi wants to go for. He has the ban and the pick coming up now. So last one he wants to remove. I feel that Magnus is still worth the ban out, but maybe he's thinking about something else as we see them discuss in the booth.
It's a pretty intense discussion as well. There's a lot to work out between the team. I love how Ohio is just sitting in the sidelines there. In fact, there he is on your screen right now.
There appears to always be one guy sitting there just going, well, I got what I want, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, whatever you guys want to take, I'm fine with that.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to be playing Nature's Prophet.
Prophet always stands alone anyway. TP's out anywhere across the map and just go with the push, because there, in fact, is his Prophet stats as well. Max kills 9, max gold per minute 640. Because Prophet, he is just one of those guys. Speaking as a fan of the Prophet, he is just everywhere and anywhere, doing so much damage, doing split push, and he's such a nuisance to a team. Like, you got a team like an Alchemist and the Nyx. If you want to go for a big team fight lineup, you got to come back. The Mank's actually taken by Mushi here, so they had the ban, they pick him up, and they block it against DK.
Yeah. And I feel this is really a steal from Mushi. And now we might see some interesting melee carry coming out of Mushi instead. But taking that Magnus, I believe it's really good, because letting it go towards DK, we have seen too many times in this tournament what happens when Alchemist gets some chain stunners in his team and have Magnus to just boost him up. He becomes really, really dangerous. Yeah.
I'm wondering where Orange's AoE combo is. Like, are we looking at Jakiro? Are we looking at, do I dare say his name?
Keeper of the light.
I wasn't going to say that name because I'm looking for the other team right now.
Yeah, of course.
I'm looking for the man that is an Enigma.
We saw him black hole in the audience early on.
Yeah, that's a great YouTube clip, man. That's a great YouTube clip. Shout out to the guy who's actually dressed up as Enigma.
Shout out to Enigma cosplayer guy.
I applaud you. I applaud you immensely. But they got the Keeper of the Light now with the Nyx Assassin. So this is the makings of a possible aggressive lane. Like a rather possible aggressive lane. If you're feeling it's a little bit weak up there with the Bane, it might actually make Orange think that maybe they need to get a little bit more of an active kind of supporter. Because if that is Coddle and Nyx heading up north, and they're going up there with, it could be an Alchemist, it could be a solo Alchemist in the bottom lane as well, we just don't know yet. Or middle lane, the Alchemist goes everywhere. But that could be a very aggressive lane on the top lane, but with two melee heroes, if you're, actually we're going to go with a Chen instead. So they add presence toward the top lane, but they still have the investment inside their own jungle.
Yeah, and Chen, he is always very happy when he can farm up a little bit more. But I don't think that DK should be going aggressive tri-lane, even against a Chen, because there's Chen, Bane, and Nature's Prophet. No matter what carry Orange you're going for, you can easily get caught out, and suddenly you have 4 heroes plus a creep around you, and you're very, very dead. So DK probably gonna take the safer route, I feel, and just have that farm on their Alchemist. They can, of course, also send him towards mid if they feel like it. They have the choice to pick up their 4th hero now, might tell a little bit of the tale.
Reserve time.
In my eyes right now, they need a mid and an off laner, but Alchemist is a flexible hero. So they could go for something else.
Well, they go with...
Oh, there we go.
The PL Coddle combo.
The Cancer Lancer.
It's a dangerous thing to do though when you're going up against a Magnus, because you've still got Magnus with the ability to empower up, well, I would say a melee hero, but right now he's the only one in their lineup. Cleaning up a lot of these PL illusions is going to be very, very difficult. But as far as the split push goes, Orange do still have enough that can test up against that. The bigger problem is just going to be the never-ending wave. But this also now means our lanes change up a little bit more too. Are you going to throw PL up on the top lane with the Coddle? No, you want to have him on the bottom lane.
Unless they want to dual lane this, which would be a little bit awkward, they should just be super playing an Alchemist mid, and then we will see Burning just play that Phantom Lancer and farm it up.
Yep.
But the bigger problem I feel for Orange is that they don't have any more AoE than Magnus. We see them banning out Clockwork, but when you only have Magnus for AoE, that's not really enough control against the Phantom Lancer. So they have to rely on the Nature's Prophet, on the Chen, take the towers, take control of this map, and get some Roshan kills going and then crack the base. Because late game, I don't think they have this one.
No, not unless they maybe... Well, Gyro is still available in the pool as well. And maybe DK is looking to ban that one out too, as far as what can clean up the PL and just get him out of there.
Reserve time.
But this late game potential of DK is very, very scary.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend being the ban out, so a little bit scared of that combination again. Even with only Magnus in the enemy team, they don't want Mushi to land those amazing Requiem of Souls again. Too scary. Too scary, even for the PL. So now it's Mushi's choice. We see them still talking about it, so not really made up their mind yet.
No, it's kind of a rough thing. Okay, now there's actually nods between it. Ohio's getting into this, and they seem to be happy. And they're going to go with... Oh,
Bears!
Bring in the Ursa.
There's a safe lane carry Ursa. And we saw it played in lower bracket by Team Liquid before. We've seen it several times in this tournament, actually.
But to deal with a PL now? To deal with a PL?
He needs to find a real one. But having him power, Ursa is also pretty strong.
That's true.
So
if he does find that real one, if he does get that basher up, locking down the real PL becomes a lot easier. And when you throw Mag in there and you throw out the RP as well, you should be able to find the real one. But it all comes down to search and destroy, and quite literally search for him. But DK, they're not done yet. They've still got more heroes to come. We've got one more core that they still need to select.
Yeah, they need to pick up an offlaner for sure. So now with that PL and Alchemist, they already have secured the mid and their safe lane. But as for Orange, I feel that if they get the towers going now, which they should be able to with that lineup, they have a natural Vladimir carrier on Ursa, and if they get early mech on the Chen, they could really start snowballing. So DK, they have to be careful with what they want to pick here. It can't be too greedy this time, I feel, because then Orange will punish them like they punished them in last game in Enigma.
Okay.
And that's probably going to be an off-lane Enigma. That means he will be abusing the jungle a lot, because you can't lane against a Bane Chen up there on the offlane. That's scary stuff.
I can say my TI3 is now complete that I get to cast an Enigma game. But that's a really ballsy pick. That's a really ballsy pick. When you're going up against a Bane, you're up against a Magnus, you got Chen with hold. Like, they're the three, well, I'm saying Chen, like maybe if you got a Troll Creep. They're the three that can stop Enigma Black Hole, but at the same time, like if he does catch out that Ursa, if he could hold him in position, of course with the chains up as well to Maleficus, it's going to be very, very difficult for Ursa to gain a lot of momentum until that BKB comes up, and then you get the Black Hole, which will then deal with that. So I'm actually kind of liking the pick. I'm liking the pick, but I'm very, very scared about just how long the duration will be.
5 seconds remaining.
And I don't know. I saw Mushi play this Ursa in the All-Star match. Looked good to me. Looked good to me.
It did. It looked serious. It looked serious in that All-Star match.
That was him trolling, man.
He was trolling,
and him serious.
He was trolling and he was still dominating. But let's run through it. So Mushi, as we're talking about, will be playing that Ursa, heading up towards the top lane. Will be babysitted by Net as the Bane and Extinct
Ohio
as the Chen.
Doing a pretty traditional thing here, but he did get scouted by the Knicks.
He's gonna be careful. DK, they're moving all inside of smoke as well.
Oh, Ohio, you don't want to be caught up.
MMY, his smoke just broke. His smoke just broke. He's got to check in the corner. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's just around the corner. It's another 18 seconds. He could use the TP scroll.
This is too close.
The ping's coming out. The smoke's still breaking. They're like, we know he's here. We know he's... You need to look. You need to look. He throws another sentry and Super. He'll check it. He sees him. TP 5 seconds. He can't get out. The concoction, the sun first blow goes the way of DK. The warning still went down, so it's not going to be the easiest time in the world to go through the jungle. Yeah, they're worried about it.
Yeah, thinking that they were doing something weird. But of course, a lot of blocks on the Radiant jungle. Blocking off 4 camps, I believe, yeah.
This is really going to frustrate the Enigma. In fact, they're already starting the sentry wars. Problem is, they need to... Okay, they can see it.
Yeah, the D-ward this one in time. Enigma giving nice vision there. Or TK looking so happy. He already has a soul ring sent out to Enigma.
Holy, that's
how good his start got.
That's really, really quick when you're able to pick up that first blood.
Getting rid of both these spawn blocks.
This is really scary, actually. This is really, really scary. For Enigma to have that, he's already got 3 Clarity Potions on him as well, but he may as well give that over to QQQ. But they've got 6 between them. They've got more mana than anybody. It's crazy. And this Enigma, he'll move through this jungle so quickly. So quickly.
Yeah. And he wanted to block off the entire enemy jungle, but it's always risky to go for something like this. And DK, just with good positioning moving out there. He could also have TP'd out, but he was greedy and wanted to place the sentry as late as possible.
I think he didn't want to use 135 gold for it. Just save it as long as possible, but yeah, threw away first blood because of it. Watching this middle lane as well, Alchemist going up against Magnus. The ones where we've got the heroes on the lowest amount of life points, because on this bottom lane, Burning, he's just going to be enjoying his farming. Already up to 5 for 0 on this bottom lane, and he'll be battling up against Mushi, who's up to, well, 4 for 0, but he's not far behind him as far as creep waves go. But QQQ as well as MMY, are they thinking about, they're going to try and do some damage towards this bottom tower. In fact, there's already a TP coming in, and Ohio, he does come in, but then you got the Lance.
He has boots, so he's quite okay.
Yeah,
I thought he was a little bit too close there, but forgot he started with the boots.
And again, when Burning stays this close, you get that Lance off, you'll still slow him down.
Yeah, he slows him down, but MMY not close enough to kill off Furion right there. Mid lane should be pretty even with these 2 heroes. Alchemist and Magnus, not too much difference. Alchemist having maybe a little bit easier time in the beginning, but Magnus pulling ahead as he hits level 7.
Quite allowed to TP out that bottom lane. Heads down the bottom lane, just to the top lane. Not really happy with Mushi and the Screet Wave pushing out. The Illumine just at the right mark. Pulls the aggro down past the tower. Now Mushi, he's going to be a little bit careful when he's down this deep. He's running out of his own creep wave, and there he is. He has to back himself out again. The run for the 2-minute rune, KYXY, because he has Skewer, he will win this run. Short range, but still secure it, and he has the fresh bottle charges. Well worth it.
Yeah, that's true.
Dire's
Burning
middle tower
still
is under attack.
Doing perfectly fine down here on the bottom lane, even with Ohio coming down to defend. He is finding some decent experience on Ohio, but taking nice harassment as well.
So we're going to see, well, I'm hoping FaZe boots up on this Ursa, chasing down. But we should also point out the fact that Ursa is being picked up while he's on the Dire side.
Yeah.
So Roshan is something we should really keep our eyes very firmly fixed on.
Yeah,
mainly around the 8-minute mark, when you expect him to rotate down and have enough power that he can kill it off.
Yeah, that's the downside though, having Ursa as a safe lane carry. It's always pretty obvious as soon as you leave the lane and want to go for something like a Roshan. Unless you go for fights first, the enemy will know that you're off doing something, and when Ursa does something, it's always Roshan.
That Enigma's taking a little bit longer to move through the jungle progression than I thought.
Yeah, but that's because the jungle is so blocked off. We see even the Magnus sending in an illusion room just to mess with him, so there's not too much for him to farm. Looking at RTK now, can't farm the small camp, and then the 2 closest camps are also blocked off.
Kind of slows down that amazing start of his. In fact, you're seeing it, the gold is slowly being whittled back to orange, and as far as experience goes, they are actually holding the lead for now. 3 minutes in there, and they have it by 1,000.
Yeah, that's Chen just farming really fast in his jungle as well, having that troll creep. So he's up to level 4, almost 4.5. While as the Enigma, despite getting the first blood, is level 3 and not too rich on this bottom.
He needs more time. And I'm wondering too if he wants to go in, like having normal boots would be okay, but think about going straight in for a Blink Dagger. Like, does he want to go straight for the Blink, or should we be looking at a mech?
Yeah, for this game, of course, BKB should be a bad option, as this enemy with Magnus and even the Fiend Script from Bane, really dangerous. Top rune being contested a little bit, denied by QQQ. Big deny.
Forces KYXY to send that courier back with the bottle all the way back to base.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that the Enigma should just try and get a mech really early, is what I feel.
As far as the team fight goes, is a mech really going to be enough to save you? Because if you're going to get RP'd up, it's almost like, do you want to wait for Orange to come to you with the Ursa as well as the Magnus, or do you want to come to them and initiate?
I'm looking at his top gang attempt. Mech might not save, but it might be enough to just help your team enough. But he's going to go down here, probably. QQQ being caught out.
Centaur's far enough to the side, and Extinct, he's trying to get in a little bit closer, run up, and then Brain Sap. Centaur, well, with the Nightmare set up, they do get the stomp, but QQQ goes down. And Chen will take that one. But at the same time, Burning as well as ROTK looking to take out that T1 tower in the bottom lane. Ohio, a second level of Treants is not going to be enough to defend this.
Dire's bottom tower.
That's winning combination. Bottom, really aggressive play by ROTK here, just walking after Ohio, forcing him off the tower so that Burning can actually deal some damage. But even the Treants just pulling the aggro off.
That's been very, very frustrating when you do that kind of stuff. You lose all your conversions, you lose your tanks on the front lines. Completely shuts down the pull.
It's really hard for him to get this bottom tower. I haven't even dealt too much damage to it, but same thing for top. Even though QQQ got picked off there, he is holding top tower.
On the bright side as well, we hit 5 minutes 30 in, so all these very early wars that were planted down are basically timing out. So ROTK has got his own jungle back again. So back to the fast progression Enigma that we know and love.
Yeah, the downside for DK in this game, I never really mentioned it, is that they dewarded 2 camps, but those 2 camps were the camps that were blocked with sentry wards, and those have shorter duration. They never dewarded camps that were blocked with observer wards, or they did, but they did so pretty late.
Just had to wait it out until someone had more money for the sentry wards. You deward sentries with sentries, you got to wait to buy, well, have money for it.
Yeah.
They're pretty expensive. You want to commit 200 gold. And to making sure camps are freed up, you want to make sure you get a good return of investment on that.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold, but it also gives you a lot more options to what you want to do. Chen having level 5 now.
So to point out the awesome micro there from Ohio, denying off his own Treant with another Treant, so MMY doesn't get any kind of extra experience down that bottom lane.
Yeah, Ohio.
Small things, but wonderful to watch.
Small things, but that's what you gotta do. And we see the poor courier. He's like, why am I doing this?
Radiant's top tower is under
it's
attack.
the satchel. It just stops the wings from flapping correctly. But he's got movement speed. He's just not using it.
It's not the satchel. It's just the bottle. He doesn't want to hold it. He's got a fish in his mouth.
Anyway, Burning at MMY looking down the T1 tower in the bottom lane. There will be Ohio down here as well. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of extra help. It's going to be Magnus who in fact rotates to the bottom lane, but not enough mana to do both a skewer as well as an LP, even after one charger. So he's coming down in to pick up the Arcane Priest more than likely.
Yeah, steals all the farm of Ohio. Ohio is like, yes, thank you very much. I don't hate you at all.
It's all for the greater mag, man. The greater mag.
Greater mag.
QQQ's been having he's been up here for a very, very long time, just holding this tower out, but it's not getting much of the experience for it. He's probably also recognizing the fact that if Net nightmares him, he's dead to Mushy. There is no way to escape from it. He will be dead to Mushy.
Yeah, there's now a double wave with a catapult coming in. He's gonna blast it once, but that's a level 1 blast. It's not super strong, so the wave needs to be blasted once more, and that's when he's gonna be in the danger zone of Bane.
Yeah, and Mushy's even trying to force him out of that danger zone.
He gets back up though. Was he super rotating? Mushi a little bit caught out.
Concoction starting.
Doesn't know it yet.
He comes in on QQQ. That stun's going to fly, but already with 3 hits, he kills a Keeper of the Light. And well, Courier just watching it all unfold as PL TP's in and Burning takes the free gold.
Buyback as well. Immediate rotation. Pinks come out.
They go and rush up. They realize how many people were up on that top lane. They want to get into the pit and get in there very, very quickly.
Yeah. But Mushi just going in a little bit too deep. He gets QQQ very fast, of course. Having those face boots, he can outmaneuver him. But it's really, really dangerous diving in like that.
DK's going to try and contest. They got 10 seconds until the chemical rage. That may be enough time.
That won't be enough time, man. Roshan will already have fallen in 10 seconds. He's already down.
Look at those Fury swipes. Just stack it up. That's just crazy stacks.
Yeah, Ursa. Probably the fastest hero in the game at killing off Roshan. Whenever he has something to tank for him, he just kills him.
Well, so with an Aegis Immortal up his sleeve, Mushy. Well, he's not looking to man fight anything yet. Remember, we're still ticking down this clock. Burning is continuously farming up, 55 for 15.
Burning is farming, that's true.
But his net worth is still keeping up. Even after Roshan goes down, we're still looking at only 300, 250 gold being the difference in net worth between both the Ursa and the PL.
Between the heroes, yes, but looking over to net worth of the supporters, you see a bigger difference. 700 and 500 net worth on the side of Radiant.
Cottle's bringing nothing to the fight right now apart from mana.
Yeah, so the difference is over 2,000 now between the teams and bottom. We see a little bit of an attempt. MMY gonna go.
Oh, yep, Vendetta follows up stun with a Malva stun from ROTK. They've got it, Hand of God. Well, they're going to clean it up. It's worth the black hole. Yes, it is. Prof will be held there. MMY, they've got enough damage with the double TPs in. Bane into the Fiend's grip now on ROTK. They will get revenge here. Bushy also TP'd himself in, but he will not be able to catch up to MMY in time. But it's a 1-for-1. It's a 1-for-1 as the trade.
Very nice by Bane, and that's not something DK wanted. Uses both the Vendetta and the Black Hole, and then getting a 1-1 trade against the Fiend's Grip. On the other side, I really like the fact that ROTK always uses his Black Hole to get these kills, but nice reaction though by Orange.
Bottom tower. This is just the power that is the bear. They will bring down the Tier 1 tower with the help of the man who controls the trees, Ohio. Even holding the creep wave out just a little bit more. They can push in this a little bit deeper. The Keeper of the Line Blast doesn't really slow up much. In fact, Bane's already looking for him there. And Ohio's TPing back to the middle lane.
Yeah, Ohio really needed that last hit on the tower so badly as well, because he was pretty far off his Midas, but now getting all the last hits here on the mid lane, not missing anyone. He's gonna be up to his Midas very soon.
Oh, misses the catapult. Meanwhile, inside the jungle, we've got a Nightmare on MMY and Super. Well, he's got a DD rune and looking for someone to stun. He's going to get it too. Ned's going to get hit. The acid spray is just on the edge. So they won't be able to combine up, and Mushy now believes he's got an opening for a kill.
Yeah. The only reason you could throw that Alchemist stun that far during nighttime.
Oh, he's got one. He's got one. ROTK overseas is welcome. Got a Malva stun right now. Keep Mushy out. The conversion damage might help Matt a little bit more. MMY look for an extra stun. Now they see him. Hold him there. Conversion's going to lock him in. Concoction as well. Mushy. They're going to burn through this Aegis, but can they? No, they can't. Mushy's got enough life. Brains out from Nep. Can't get a kill off here, but they've got the RP still available. But DK, they're split up pretty nicely. It's just Orange. The guys who are pushing the Tier 1 tower rotate off.
Nice push here by Orange. He's gonna claim the tower. 2 towers now going the way of Furion all of a sudden. So last 2 minutes he has actually earned like 2,000 gold. Looking really good for himself.
They got to keep this momentum rolling, because right now 4,000 gold is going the way of Orange. And talk about momentum. Just group up on the Tier 1 tower, smoke up, and just go for gold. I'll see who they can find. The line's been drawn to check out the jungle. And right now the nearest ones they will probably find when they come down is in fact Super farming out with the help of his 2 supports. It's 5-man Dota here in the middle lane for DK. While up on the top lane, Ohio, we know he'll come in. Hanamite a stump, he's just farming up on the top. But here we go. Here we go.
Entry, pings come out.
No blink dagger, but Mushy, he finds MMY. Spy Cameras comes up, Mushy just being slowed down by the lance. The Chen creeps can't get in close. The stun hits on net, try to 9 there to evade. Mushy comes in, he finds MMY, stun, keeps going on net, lands as well. Bane, Hand of God will actually keep him alive right there. The lance should have been able to get that kill.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it would have, but really nice heal there.
And then on the top lane, like you can't get a kill in the middle lane. Ohio takes your Tier 1 tower on top.
Ohio getting all this tower gold. 3 Tier 1 towers within 3 minutes or 4 minutes. That's really amazing for Furion. Doing so good for himself now.
And of course it translates to the rest of his team. Blink Dagger gets to come the way of the Magnus.
Middle tower
So with him with the Blink Dagger, and Prophet is spending his money as well, getting it to a Shadow Blade. Not fully, just with a Shadow Amulet right now. But there is a hell of a lot of income and a hell of a key items as well coming the way of Orange. At the same time, it looks like ROTK, he was saving up for that Blink Dagger. He really was saving up for that Blink Dagger, and now he's decided to go against it. Picked up the Ogre Club, so we're going to be looking at ROTK going into a BKB on that Enigma.
He wants to go for BKB, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, they don't have enough farm on Coddle to go for a mech. It would really be RTK's job if he wanted to do so, but in this game, no mech for them in the first 20 to 30 minutes.
It's Super who's building the mech for him.
Oh, Super actually went for it?
He's got the headdress on himself right now. They might have realized he's the only one with gold. If they want to get Enigma with his big control, with the big BKB Black Hole, then someone else has to take up the slack. And in this case, it's going to be Super.
Nice block by Ohio. Sending in a Treant just to block this Ancient stack. Realizing what's going on. Well, some sick defensive wards by DK. Just their map vision right now is so good. We see, of course, Net trying to deny some of it. Even the Treant's helping out.
A lot of the wars just timed out too. They hit the end of their 6-minute mark. Move it to the bottom lane. Net, because he wants more damage, to empower it up. And ROTK hanging on the other side of the tree line. These trees still from Ohio. They're scouting everything. Everything. While Mushy wants to push the bottom lane, he wants to know if there's anyone that's going to stop him.
Everything is so much more dangerous now for DK because there's Blink Dagger on both the Magnus and the Ursa.
Yep.
That means that anyone or even any two, if they get RP'd, can get caught out so hard and just burst down quickly by Ursa. So have to be really careful if they want to defend this tier 2.
Ohio's back to pushing out that top lane, but he's actually backing himself out a little bit. There's more support coming on that bottom lane for the rest of Orange, but okay, there we go. So he will TP and clear the tree line behind the tier 2 tower. So they instantly attack up on him. And then in they come for the tower. Mushi actually using his swipes to try and bring down the tower. And then blinking up in. Caught 3, pulled 2, and MMY and Super.